Well, the biggest challenges for BMW Mini this year is it's a high competitive environment we're all in, not just in the UK, but also in Europe. However, with class-leading products, offering great services to our customers, great financial packages, hopefully we should see some success. We also have the launch of the i3, our electro car, which we hope to redefine electromobility for our customers of the future.
Well, I think it's become quite apparent to the manufacturers that the market's actually bigger than they first thought. And to me, the most important factors will be whether the franchises that I operate, first of all, have the appetite to get their market share, whether they come up with the right consumer offers, and most importantly, that they come up with the right incentives for the dealers to actually sell the vehicles. And that will lead on to another very, very critical factor, I believe, towards the end of the year. Because that additional volume is going to be forced into the market, I think that one has to become absolutely obsessed by cars anywhere between 45 and 60 days. After 60 days, a car needs to be gone, and one should be addressing cars at 30 days to make sure they are competitive in the marketplace, or else large PLCs and large family-owned businesses could end up with a large write-off, stock write-off at the end of the year.
Well, I think obviously the market's going to be important, but my biggest fear at this stage, having seen a very strong Q1 and what looks like to be a very strong Q2, is actually, do we get complacent? Do we start to drop the basics of the business, think we're better than we are, and catch a cold? And I think my job as the Chief Executive is clearly to try and make sure we don't do that, keep everybody very, very focused, do some acquisitions, bed through the acquisitions we've got, and just deliver a result for the financial year.
I think the biggest factors that will impact us is our exchange rate with our main manufacturer. As we're buying cars in yen now, with the devaluation of the yen, it means we're buying our cars cheaper, and we have more money behind support for marketing and incentives, combined with one of the effects of the recession is to give us far more realistic dealer targets, and that also has a big impact on hitting targets quicker and earlier. So those are the two main factors for us.
I think the biggest factor by far will be the issue of supply, and whether we are more supply is forced into the market as the market perhaps starts to come back. Very positive sign, of course, but it would be a great pity if that was followed by a tidal wave of products, and if we end up with too much to sell, that will just only drive margins down. I think it's driven perhaps by two factors. One, of course, the continuing trouble in the European market, although the last few weeks have been more positive about that. But also, of course, as the market starts to strengthen, everyone will be looking for their share plus a little bit.
You won't often find a member of the public saying that he's delighted to find himself in amongst so many car dealers, but on this occasion, you'd be wrong, because I'm delighted to be here because I'm a customer. I'm in buying mode, and actually, don't tell anybody, but I've got the money. But before you start shuffling towards my table, let me tell you that I have been taken hostage. My heart belongs to Teresa Namruti, the sales girl at Sytner in Northampton. She's got me, I promised her, I've given her a deposit, and as soon as we've got the pricing out on the new S-Class, I'm in. So sorry lads, she got there first.